The Calgary Police Service Guns and Gangs Unit have charged a local man in connection with an alleged extortion plot. In July 2013, we were contacted by a citizen who alleged he was being threatened. Sorry, let's start that again. In July 2013, we were contacted by a citizen who alleged he was being threatened by an individual. This individual claimed that he was owed a large sum of money in connection with a failed investment. In the early morning hours of Tuesday, October 29th, members of the Guns and Gangs Unit, with assistance from the Tactical Unit and the RCMP Emergency Response Team, executed search warrants at 2 locations. At approximately 6:30 a.m., a residence was searched in the 0 to 100 block of Royal Birkdale Court N.W. A man who was at home at this time was arrested. At around the same time, a rural property near Secondary Highway 564 and Range Road 284 was also searched in connection with the investigation. As a result of the investigation and the subsequent warrants, Kenneth Peter Laurier Leblanc, 45 of Calgary, was charged or has been charged with 1 count of extortion. Leblanc made his first court appearance today. And I'll take your questions now.
Was there really any sort of investment deal that had actually happened?
There was a business deal between 2 private individuals, and obviously one felt that the investment went bad and made some attempts to extort our victim for a sum of money.
Can you just elaborate a tiny bit? Was it a real estate deal? Was it a business deal? And how big was the sum of money?
It is a business deal. It's a substantial amount of money, over $100,000.
And so not a real estate deal, a business deal, like purchasing a business or a restaurant?
I can't really comment on the details of the exact investment.
Was LeBlanc the person that was in the business deal, or was he more or less a forester type person?
There was an investment deal between LeBlanc and another individual that our victim brokered.
So the victim was allegedly the middleman?
That's correct.
How many the threats made were, and how many times?
Our victim felt threatened enough that he contacted the police. As to how many times or the exact circumstances around it, I'm not going to comment on that right now.
There were some reports that LeBlanc could be like part of Hell's Angels. Do you have any comment on that?
We investigated this, or Mr. LeBlanc, as a private citizen. Whether he is or is not associated with an organized crime group, I can't comment on that.
How long did it take the victim to come forward? Did this gone on for several months?
I'm not exactly sure of the entire time period. He did feel that he was threatened in late July, and he contacted us soon after. We initiated the investigation right away and wrapped it up yesterday.
Was there any evidence of threats? Like, is there any damage to his property or any trail that police followed that supports those suggestions?
As far as damage to property, etc.
Well, I'm just thinking this gentleman's contacted police and says he was threatened. So is there any supporting evidence of that the police have found?
Sure. Over the 3-month period that it took to investigate this complaint, we garnered enough evidence, obviously, to get search warrants for 2 locations and subsequently charge Mr. LeBlanc in this case. So there is evidence to support the charge.
And was it, when you say threats, was it death threats? And were there threats also to his family?
Well, with extortion, there can be threats of intimidation, physical harm. In this case, the victim felt threatened enough that he contacted police.
Did he have family that he felt was threatened as well? Sorry.
No, I think the victim in this case came to us by himself and felt that he was personally being extorted, and that's why he came to the police.
Maybe. Yeah, a few more if no one else does. Are there other victims or will there be other
Through the investigation and the subsequent search warrants yesterday, we have a pile of evidence that we're still pouring through, so the investigation is ongoing. If there is people out there that feel they are being extorted, they should come forward to the police and call 266-1234 to report that crime.
So my layman's understanding of extortion would be that it's some sort of threat and then you have money in return.
It could be anything in return. In this case, it is money. So it's threats or intimidation, and yes, there was money exchanged.
And was the victim ever physically harmed, or was any of his property harmed?
No.
And were the threats done by phone, in person?
Threats were done both in person and via phone. And did you have another question? I can't remember. I answered two of them. I thought you gave me three there.
What, if you notice off the top of your head, is a conviction under extortion, is that a federal term? Do you know?
I would have to look it up, but I think it is.
And the victim, is the victim a broker?
No, he's not.
Okay, so what sort of
What I meant by brokering a deal, I just meant he was helping set up obviously a business deal between two people.
do you know if he's a businessman officially by trade?
I don't know.
And do you know if he and the person knew each other prior to this, or are you acquaintances?
I would say that they had a casual relationship probably in the past, and that is what probably led to the business arrangement.
Just, sorry, two other questions. So
Yeah.
the victim never sustained any injuries or was injured?
No, the victim was never injured in this.
And, getting you to state the obvious, but sort of what impact did this have on the victim? It sounds like it was sort of prolonged and you're being intimidated, threat.
Yeah, well, the victim, obviously it had an impact on the victim. He felt so threatened by the situation that he came forward to police, and we've been kind of dealing with him ever since.
Is uttering threats against the law?
Yes, uttering threats is against the law.
Is the charge?
Uttering threats.
It is?
Yeah, there's a section under the criminal code for uttering threats.
And that would be time, you'd spend time for that, or?
Well,
Or like what?
for sure, it's a criminal code charge, and upon conviction, you could do jail time, anywhere from a fine to jail time. So, yeah.
This-
Or, but, you're saying the victim was a person, alleged middleman, so it was a deal between the accused and another person, and the accused felt that the other person owed him, so he went after the broker?
That's correct.
Perfect, thanks.
Yep.
So does Mr. Leblanc know if the police have a criminal record?
I can't comment on that. The Calgary Police Service doesn't comment on past, allegedly past criminal records.
Were there ever any weapons seen as far as the intimidation or something?
No.
And was it ever threats to kill?
N-
Or death threats? Or implied death threats? Or did the victim?
There was enough.
Was at risk?
There was enough intimidation there that feel that the victim's life was in danger.
And did the victim change how he did things in life, or did what did he do to compensate for that?
Sure. I mean, the victim had to take some measures to protect himself and make him feel safe, including upgrading and installing a security system at his house.
And how much did he hand over to the person who was threatening him? Several $100,000?
That portion will form part of the evidence that will come out in court, and some of the stuff that we're still working through. So I'm not going to comment on the exact amount.
He did hand over a substantial amount of money to.
He handed over. There was some money exchange. It was not a substantial amount. It was essentially a payment program.